All right, coming up tonight at the Banterra Center in Carbondale, Illinois, it's our women's game of the week, and we have two rivals doing battle as the Salukis of Southern Illinois take on the Lady Bears of Missouri State. And Coach Mox, you know, they say with a rivalry game, you can throw out all those records. Well, we can't, because this is a battle for first place. I know you're expecting quite a battle here this weekend, starting tonight against the Salukis.
Yeah, it is a battle for first place, and they've done a tremendous job, honestly. Cindy, I know this is her last year coaching, and she's going to retire after this year, and those kids are playing hard for her. So just really happy to see that, because I have a lot of respect for what she does. And outside looking in, I thought she had a lot of basketball left in her, but I guess it's coming to an end. But no, those kids are playing good. Their usual suspects, I guess you could say, that the top three on their team, Brockmeyer, Sylvie, and Walker, are playing even better than they played in the past. And, the supporting cast have stepped up too. So it is going to be a battle. And I think every time we play, regardless, at least since I've been here, it's been super competitive. And, I don't expect anything different coming up this weekend.
And Cindy, obviously with the Lady Bears, as we've known for so many years, they just seem to reload every year, right?
They really do. I mean, even when I was an assistant coach at Bradley way back, Cheryl Burnett years. I mean, it's like you've always been battling the Bears, and just a tremendous program, great tradition. And obviously Coach Mox has done a great job of continuing that tradition. And, we just know it's going to be a hard fought battle. I mean, that's, I've said this all along, especially when you get into conference play, everybody knows each other so well. And sometimes the games are really ugly. But it's like, you just got to try to out ugly everybody.
Speaking of hard fought, one of the things that really intrigues me about this matchup Friday is just both of your defenses. Both of your defenses playing extremely well. You dig into the numbers in conference play, and you have the top two defenses in the Valley. You're allowing just over 52 points per game. You also are the top two offensive rebounding teams in the Valley, and are winning the rebounding margin battle as well. So what intrigues you about each other's defenses? And Coach Mox, let's start with you.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think the Valley is a good defensive league, to be honest. And I think, there's a lot of great coaches that scout well and, prepare their teams well. And you see a lot of man-to-man in our league. Other leagues have a lot of zone and things like that. But, with SIU, I think that they do a great job of scouting. We kind of pride ourselves in that as well. And, if somebody can't really shoot the ball, then they're going to exploit that. Or if somebody can only go one way, they're going to exploit that. And we try to do the same thing. So I think that it starts there, and then you got to have committed kids that can, go out on the court and kind of, translate the scouting report into the game. So that's what I really see it as. I mean, obviously they have bigs, they have guards. Very unique, I guess, in our conference to have, two bigs and also really good guards that go along with it. And I felt like, that's kind of how we've played in the past, two bigs rather than like 4-guard lineup and things like that. So I think we're similar in that regard. And if you have two bigs, then you can guard, other people's bigs. And obviously their guards are doing a great job as well.
Coach Stein?
Well, yeah, I would agree in the fact that I think that our league is great defensively and play personnel extremely well. And I think the thing that's impressed me the most about Missouri State is just the fact that it's like they're a great shot blocking team. I mean, so they alter so many shots. They don't always just block shots. I mean, they alter shots. And it's like you think you get by one, and their rotations are really good. And then you got Calipoy sneaking in there, and then you got someone else rotating to you. So I always talk about the X factor. The X factor is who's picking up all those blocks, and who's picking up some loose balls, and who's getting this and there, because all of those other possessions are so important, and you got to try to play as clean a possession as you can, and take what they give you and be able to capitalize.
Yes, and you mentioned Bryce. Just give us your thoughts from an opponent's standpoint of the way that she plays the game. Obviously, the reigning player of the year in the Missouri Valley Conference.
Well, Bryce, to me, I call her silky smooth all the time. Our kids hear me say that. She's silky smooth. I mean, she kind of has her own little pace, but, she can turn it on when she wants to. She's got a lot of great pause. So her change of speed is really good. I just, she's just so well-rounded. I mean, she's a great offensive player. She's a great rebounder, and is a great defender. So, she just gives them so many dimensions, and she can play any spot on the floor. I mean, and when you kind of have that versatility, I mean, it's a kid that's hard to stop.
Yeah,
Coach,
Coach, I saw your game against Illinois State just over a week ago, and there was parts there where Bryce just seemed to kind of just take over the game.
Yeah, Bryce, she has the ability to do that. I think she did a little bit more last year, and this year, especially in non-conference, we felt like we had a lot of weapons. And so Bryce at this point, coming back for 6th year, she had already been defensive player of the year, player of the year. It just wasn't about her. She wanted to get back to the Sweet 16 and just try and get further. Obviously, we've been derailed a little bit, with injuries and things like that. But, she's a kid that wants to put the team on her back and just do what she can to get a win.
Coach Stein, Mackenzie Sylvie recently became the all-time leading scorer at SIU, surpassing the Hall of Famer Cartatia Macklin. And how have you seen her grow her game? I was talking to her last week, and we were joking. She came in as a 3-point shooter, and now she's barely taking any threes.
Well, the thing I love about Mackenzie is she's a hoop head. I mean, if there's a basketball game on TV, she's watching it, and she's constantly talking about it. And she sends me plays all the time. So she'll be shooting me a play, saw this, in the Boston Celtics game, and they got the guy an easy shot. So that's what I love about her, because she's just her basketball IQ. But she has become a more layered offensive player. And thank God she's starting to play defense. So, that was always something that we were like, let's play some defense. And she's using her length really well, which helps. But, just the ability to get to the basket or pull up jumper is good. And obviously she has that 3-point shot, which, she hasn't had to use very much. People have been trying to take that away from her. So she's been able to be smarter with the ball. But again, it's just, she's just so smart out there. She makes adjustments on her own. You don't have to do a lot of coaching with Mackenzie.
Yeah. Well, I will say, when I talked to her, she did bring up her improved defense. I'll have you know. So, Scotty and I go ahead. Go ahead.
I thought she was a great defender, but that's just me outside looking in.
You didn't see her freshman year. It's like our rotation's better been on.
Well, Scotty and I are really looking forward to the matchup on Friday. And Coach Stein, we need you to send good weather vibes to Missouri State and myself as we travel in, praying for good weather so that we can get there somewhat quickly.
Well, and there's a lot of bad weather between Springfield, Missouri and here. So, but Carbondale is supposed to be probably on the good part of it all. So we'll get you all here and we'll have a good game.
Absolutely. All right, ladies, looking forward to it. Again, Kelly and I will have the call 6 o'clock from the Banterra Center. It's the Salukis and the Lady Bears. You can catch it on ESPN+.